What the heck is a quad lock?
Watch this to find out. Whether you're in the car, on the bike, on the water, in the air, your phone is an important tool. Keep it secure with Quad Lock.
The great thing about tonight is you can say whatever you want. Supercars will never write about it. Apex Hunters does not exist outside these four walls if you're V8 Sleuth or Supercars.
Initially when they told me, I'm like, man, this is rubbish. Like, what are we doing? I don't think we should have a Friday race at Adelaide.
No.
Some dude literally walks in the door and goes, and starts filming me. Oh, no. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? The thing that's different to NASCAR though, we share a pit boom. There's a safety car, someone in the final four stacking. It's gonna get heated, like without a doubt, within the team, just trying to deal with these situations. We're so limited on tyres. The last couple of weekends, like practice sessions, we literally don't have a set of tyres. Like we'll miss half the session.
Oh no! He's in the fence! They're both in the fence! They're all in the fence! Oh, unbelievable!
Shall we do it?
Let's do it.
You can kick us off, Broc.
Oh.
Do you know how to do it?
What?
Because we've been caught out before with
Don't you guys fake it?
Oh, yeah, right.
Start me on that, Broc. You got to remember to say sound check. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Ooh, sound check?
There we go. I thought you forgot after that. All of us like, did
That
not
was
listen at
crisp.
all.
Sound check.
Sound check.
Cheers, mate.
I'll have a little sip. There you go.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
I'm going to strap on the wings with Broc tonight.
Yeah.
The Red Bulls. Well, I'm
Mate.
I'm the only one not racing this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be having a Red Bull at this time of night, but that's all right.
Mate, you'll be right.
You're in town this weekend for some racing. You've replaced Will for the weekend. He's got an appearance or something I saw. So you're here in Melbourne.
Yeah, doing the GT with Brad this weekend. It was a bit of a weird one because it's Will's deal and I've just sort of like tagged in on it. But now I've ended up doing pretty much the whole series nearly. So It was going to be 3 and 3 and we'd sort of split it up. And then after QR, I'm like, oh, goodbye. We'll see you next year. Good luck for the rest of the year. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll see what happens. And then get to like work and Will's like, yeah, I've double booked. So
yeah, right.
Worked out good.
The hard thing is for Will right now, it'd be like you're beating him on track in Supercars. Sorry, Will. And then now he's funding your GT drives. This is amazing. You're like, fuck, what a season.
That's why I kind of feel bad because I'm like happy to do all these extras. Like it's awesome. But it was his deal. You know, he's just sort of brought me into it because he didn't want to do all 6. And here we are.
There we go. Well, it is good to have you here, mate. It's been a while. We've actually spoke about this a few times. And We've had a lot of comments asking when you were coming in. And because I'm co-driver with Will, I think people thought, oh, you've had Will on because we had him on one of his first. And really it was just a good opportunity there because he was going doing the NASCAR. You're always looking for something different and a timing lined up. But there was definitely no reason I can say that we haven't had you on sooner other than just we wanted to get it in person because it's always much better than doing it over a Zoom call. But you have named Broc the Silkworm, which seems to have gained some traction online.
Well, you know.
Do you like it or not?
I mean, I don't mind. Like
It's meant to be a compliment.
Like I get it.
He hates it.
No, I don't hate it, but it's not like I don't know. What are some cool nicknames out? The Enforcer, you know, you know, like hardcore nicknames, like the Silkworm. But to be
When you say it like that, I apologise.
but I like I appreciate being called something, you know, because it's about my craft, so I like it.
And I had not noticed it until Townsville. I took note during your shootout lap, I think it was. And I was like, wow, he's smooth as butter. He actually is a bit of a silkworm on the wheel. And that was where it started, was you saying about, and I just had not noticed it, and Elliot picked it up.
Well, because back in the day, some of the guys I used to like race and driver train with, that was like our inside joke. If someone had done like a quali lap, like a pole lap or really good, they're like, oh, the silkworm, look at him. Yeah. So, and so I was like, every time I watch you, I'm like, he's a silkworm.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before. But I must say, like, I'm getting a few comments now, like after you guys posted it, and like at the track, a few people come up and they're like, the silkworm. And I'm like, oh, hey.
If you do merch your shirts, we'll take 30%.
Yeah, of course you will. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, they don't even think you make 30% margin on shirts these days.
You want a good nickname like the silkworm, that's what you charge.
Yeah.
I did laugh though, but yeah, you are. Is that something that you have always done, or have you worked on that this year to be? Because I noticed in the quality laps, they don't look any different to your practice laps. And that you do often see a driver tighten up, you know, become a little bit more erratic on the wheel when they're trying to rag, get that last, I don't know, take it from 9 tenths to 10 tenths. Is that something you have worked on the last couple of years to make sure your quality laps and practice laps look the same and everything is just well executed?
Yeah, it's probably not something that I think about so much, but like I feel like I work really hard on my craft. Like I self-analyze a lot and I'm my biggest critic, you know, like if I even if when I win, like I win at Townsville, I sweep at Darwin, like I go back and I'm like, damn, like what could I have done better? Like Will was better here or something like that. So I feel like I work on myself a lot, but the smoothness, I think that just comes over time. Like I remember when I first joined and Shane's my teammate, like I'm just watching him and I'm just like, how does he operate like at such a level? And he just looks like he's cruising the whole time. And And I think it's, over time, like you first drive a supercar and you are hanging on for dear life. You cannot think about one other thing. Now, after a few more years and understanding it and that and getting in a groove, you can sort of relax a little bit more and let it come to you. But it's just been working for me this year. But I think it's a bit of natural progression and then, just being hard on myself.
Yeah. I think what's next is like a hand out the window or something. You've got to start, because I think he's doing that on road courses in the US to actually fuck with people. I think he likes to just pretend like he's got all this spare capacity, and he waves at people.
Giving Connor the thumbs up.
You got to start doing that. Like in a shootout lap, just come down the straight, start your lap and give someone the thumbs up on the front.
And then lock a front at turn one.
Yeah. I don't know if that's your style, is it, Broc?
No, I'm not someone that tries to rub it in. Like, I just try and do my talking on the track. Like I think getting results is the best way to do it, sort of thing.
Who's your biggest rival outside of Will right now, do you reckon? Who on track? Or who in a shootout lap do you watch and think this is going to be someone that can put it together?
There's quite a few guys. I mean, Cam's always pretty good. I think Brody's always someone that probably jumps up a bit in the shootout as well. Matty Payne's been strong lately, but I think when I look back to probably like Perth, Darwin, like this year, shootouts, it's Cam's probably always sort of one that jumps up. But you never know. It's just so bloody tight at the moment. Like it's so hard to sort of pick who's going to be where and that. But I don't really know why. Like the last few shootouts have been awesome.
Yeah, they have been.
I got smoked at Tassie. Like I stuffed up at turn one and I was pretty much P1 all weekend and got to the shootout and felt like I'd prepped all weekend for it and cooked it at turn one and got fifth. And I was so hard on myself. Will got pole then. Yep. And then I'm like, after that, it's been pretty cool. I think I've poled all the shootouts since then, which has been good.
Who's the hardest person to pass?
Will.
Other than Will. Like who's someone that you range up on the rear bar and you're like, oh, fuck, it's going to take a couple more corners than it normally would?
It's interesting. It's probably when you're battling for like 20th. Yeah. Like I had the world's biggest battle with JC at Taupo and we were like 18th. Yep. And you're just stuck. And, the problem, I suppose, when you're up the front, if you're a lot faster than a guy, they'll probably go, oh, yeah, I'm not going to race you too hard because I'll get you back in the next pit stop cycle or something. We're in the pack. It's like world championships for 20th. So me and JC had a pretty good battle. But he's probably one of them, I reckon.
I don't know why. Like commentators always give everyone a hard time in 20th racing like that. But I've spent too much time in that area. And you can't not fight, though. Like the moment you do, you lose a couple more spots. Like I feel like at the front, everyone races harder, but it's not like there's more field spread. I don't know what it is, but I just noticed at Townsville, the commentators were hammering the guys racing like idiots, almost they're saying, during the race. But it's like when you're in that fight, you can't just give up the spot or stop racing like that because it's 20th. Because I feel like if you're 15th and you do make a mistake or you give up one, you'll lose 5. Whereas if you're first or third, often it's like people will let you funnel back in or not just run you out of road. I don't know why, but the racing is just different. It's not like you're intentionally racing like
No, I agree. I just think the field spread, I suppose, spreads out a bit. But when you go like 15th to 25th, like everyone's just bumper to bumper. Yeah. And like literally it was the same at Taupo. Like when I was there, like if I didn't pass someone on that corner, like you're just getting freight trained in the next one. So I think whenever you're in the pack, it's just dog eat dog.
You tried to save a set of tyres at Taupo. That was the issue there, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did one green running quali.
Will you do that again? I mean, your quali performance is good, but it shows how close it is because I think you were 22nd or something, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 20th. I missed out by 2 spots, but it was funny. Tassie was around after and like we were like quickest all weekend and we got to Sunday or we got to one of the qualies and Marty's like, oh yeah, like we'll just do a reuse and get in and then we'll have another set of greens. And Andrew sort of like looked at him like, you had this conversation in NZ. But it all worked out. So we're all good.
In those sort of situations, do you have any say in that? Like if you were nervous about it after New Zealand and you said, hey, no, I want to run the set of greens, like would it go your way or do you just do what you're told sort of thing?
No, me and Marty are very open, I feel like, with everything. Like even with setup changes, like you know, we go, oh yeah, we got understeer, and he'll normally come to me with like 3 options, and then I speak about what I think's probably the best, like what I feel like I need. But yeah, with that, we're really open with it. I hear you guys talking about like we're so limited on tyres. Like the last couple of weekends, like practice sessions, we literally don't have a set of tyres. Like we'll miss half a session because he's sitting there. But when it comes to quali, Townsville was super hard, and I think you saw that on Sunday. Like, I think Brody and those guys sort of run out of tyres because they use a set in the shootout on Friday, and then you were set less for the rest of the weekend. So sometimes, there's 3 parts of quali, and you sort of only have 2 to get through. So that's when it's challenging. But when there's 1 per quali, sometimes we'll try and save one, and we're like, look, even though we're fast, once we get through, we're the same as everyone else. So it's fine. But it's quite challenging. It's just hard because it's so tight and you're so limited on tyres.
Do you have a different opinion on the tyres then? Because I think Brody actually said in broadcast, it's okay. It's what makes it hard to string together 3 races. But I sometimes feel like it creates more of a haves and have-nots when you've got a fast car. You can actually say, I remember Scotty Mack once would like reuse tyres. I think Shane even at Sydney once, I thought he had gone a bit shit. And then when we were texting after, he's like, no, I just ran another set of tyres. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I thought I was just like a 10th off him and he was on greens. And then he went and had greens for the shootout. But what do you think? Is it a good thing that you're limited on tyres and you have to juggle this? Or do you think it would be better if everyone had more tyres, and particularly the shootout, if everyone had a set of greens for that and didn't need to save them to make it? Because that's the only thing watching is there's usually like 6 cars really close and then 4 that just got in the 10 and then don't have tyres and they look a bit silly in the shootout. Yeah,
it's hard because I think the guys that probably get in and don't have tyres probably would normally be like 12th, you know? So sometimes it mixes up the order, so maybe it's good, but other times you probably just want the 10 fastest cars on green tyres. Like I think at Townsville you want everyone on greens. Like I think it does take away from the shootout when everyone's not there, but I don't mind the juggle. Like on Friday, for example, we weren't going to use a full set of greens in the shootout, even though we qualified 14th. We probably would have been like 8th, 10th in the shootout because other guys wanted to win sort of thing. But it catches up with you over the rest of the weekend. So my biggest one's probably practice. Like even though they're only 2 30-minute sessions, like you do 55 minutes on a set of tyres and then do 1 lap at the end on a green. So I think that's why you see Woody so fast in practice lately, because he gets a rookie set of tyres every time. So he sort of rolls out on a set, probably does a green set at the end of practice 1 and then another green set at the end of practice 2. It's just...
Is he still classified as a rookie?
2-year rookie, yeah.
Oh, it's 2-year rookie?
They changed that a little while ago. It's been, 2 years.
They changed it after me. Yeah.
The dog.
Did they?
Yeah, they changed it because they made the rule after my first year that it was rookie for 2 years. They changed it. If you got top 10 in the championship, you wouldn't get your second year.
Oh.
I mean,
you came 6th.
I came 6th, so didn't get the extra test days and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, that I think it's fine. It was just a bit harsh because it was in the crossover period for me. But I think it's a good thing they get extra tyres.
Yeah.
And I think there's a rule about it. You don't want that in the finals. Like you got Woody, going to Sandown or Adelaide and he's got an extra set in practice. That's probably pretty hard.
Yeah, if you're in the finals, it's got to change.
I think there's a rule over that.
Yeah. It is. It's only frustrating now. I notice more as a spectator when you're watching these events and you're like when Will sat out, that was like infuriating to see a car sit out practice. And then it's infuriating because I'm a co-driver and I'm going, well, we can't do test days because of everything we do on a race weekend. Because I think Matty Stone said the average up until Perth on the road was 7 days per team. Like every event was 7 days on the road. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And then when they go testing at the track, they don't even have tyres. So some people are electing not to run.
Yeah, we don't have good tyres for test day.
Yeah, and then, so now I'm like, brilliant. When we do get a test
on
day.
hard wets or something.
On the Travellers.
Yeah. And then Supercars were like, but we've increased racing miles. So the minimum laps for co-drivers now is actually increased from last year. But we have less opportunity to drive the car.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. It's like, it's going to separate, I think. I was saying there's going to be teams that will start to invest in co-driver laps, like in other things. And then the big teams will have a bigger advantage than the small ones that can't afford to do that, I think. Hunters, I just want to take a moment to thank one of our fantastic supporters, Shaw & Partners Financial Services. Shaw & Partners are a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm. They act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. So, if you're looking for advice or assistance with investments or strategies, look no further than Shaw & Partners Financial Services. With a 35-year history and 8 offices strategically placed all over Australia, their financial advisors are within reach and ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. For more information, follow the link in the description of this podcast. Back to the show.
It's just getting so hard for a young kid to come in as a co-driver. I think the Super 2 to Gen 3 now is so different. Like, I wouldn't want to be running Super 2 at Bathurst, to be honest. Like, it's very different.
If you were a co,
If you're doing both, like I do our Super 2 test days, we can do 10 laps.
Yeah.
And man, like my first laps at Sydney at the start of the year, I was like half a second off.
What's, from a driving point of view, mate, what's different? Like, what do you have to adjust?
Everything. Like the biggest ones are visual and just how you sit, like the ergonomics. And it's so funny. Like when we went to the flat wheel, where the Gen 3 wheel is like flat, we're like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
I get back in the Super 2 car, mate, it's like a bus. Like I'm like, whoa, like what is happening? It just feels really weird. And obviously you got to trust the aero a little bit more, but it's on a hard tire, but it is fun using the roll bars. Like I actually kind of like it, not having it. Like you get out there and you just got to do with what you do. But because I only get 10 laps, man, I'm like swinging off these things. It's so fun. Every run, you do like 2 laps. It feels like a shootout for me. It's so cool.
That's funny. So do you think it's going to hurt at a place like Bathurst as well? I remember the car when I went to Gen 3 was a lot more direct. So if did you find that now the old car feels a little bit lazier and more forgiving? Or is the Gen 3 evolved since those first ones?
It's definitely evolved, but the feeling's way different. I think you have like no feeling as such in the Gen 3 compared to the old car. Like you can feel the pitch and roll and everything a lot more in the old cars, but I think the new tyre might make it a bit closer at Bathurst. Like they'll probably be reasonably similar times to Super 2, but yeah, like visually and everything, it's pretty hard. Doing it on the same weekend, you know, like running out and jumping in the other car is probably going to be pretty tricky.
What would catch someone out at, say, Bathurst, mate, going from the Super 2 to the Gen 3? Is it because they got more aero? Like, are they likely to overcook it over the top because they don't and shun? Is that what you think? Like,
I think the aero is obviously the big difference, but even just like, as I said, like visual points, like you jump in, like you go across the top and, you know, you come down through the S's and that, like you need to be millimetre perfect sort of thing. So anyway, you get enough practice at Bathurst to sort of get up to speed, but I just think it's good, the evaluation days. Like I see Harry Jones has got another one coming up. So like rookie co-drivers can do evaluation days and that, but it is pretty hard. Like I feel like for our team, it'd be pretty hard to sign a young bloke, not being able to give him too many miles.
And even we don't have a category here that does pit stops either. So you can't even practice outs and ins except for GT racing.
Yeah.
But like Super 2, we were talking about this with Xfinity and Cup. It's been cool watching that this year. Because even coming out of Super 2, having not done in and out laps, and because we were talking about pit stops, how much, even in supercars, we're seeing Penrite at the moment, I think, are every chance in the world of even potentially beating you at Adelaide. Like they will be right there. We sort of think Matty Payne could be there, but their pit stops a few times have cost them either a lead change in Darwin or even a potential win in Perth. And it's like the pit stops, the time from the moment you sort of brake to the entry and accelerate on the way out, you can lose way more than you could lose by being a tenth a lap off the pace, which you don't really see between the top guys anymore on track. It's like the pit stops are so important.
Do you know a fun fact? Townsville Saturday race, I was P24 on entry and P24 on exit.
Really? Because you're being conservative, or?
Yeah, I'm always very conservative.
Why are you so shit on entry? That's terrible.
I know.
I get hammered.
I can't believe you just owned up to that.
I wouldn't have told anyone.
No, I'm all right to say it. If I missed out by like a tenth, I'd be angry. But and then the next day I was 16th, and I was like to Marty, yes,
heaps better.
What's the
Yeah, why?
I think I was in the lead, and I was probably being I think I was being conservative ever since there was that controversy over wheels. Like I've been even more hesitant, but I've always been on the safe side on exits, especially
if you're leading on the way in, you don't have that gauge either of someone in the front.
Exactly. Like when someone's behind me, like, you know, you're always driving, you're like, oh my God, they caught me by a second. But on exit, you normally, you know, you slingshot a bit.
So what you're really saying is the team's carrying you once you enter the lane?
Oh, 100%.
The team's getting you out of
That's
the shit.
That's a fact, yeah.
With your entry and exits.
From fastest to the slowest, like roughly what's the split on those? Like,
max is probably like half a second. It's probably like if anyone's over half a second quicker, like it's pretty big, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, so everyone's really, because, that's pretty tight.
It's just high risk reward. Like depends on your situation. Like when you're racing for a win, like when you're trying to undercut someone, like you're you're sending it in there and you're trying to be good on exit. But I was lucky that I had a bit of a gap, so I'm a bit on the safe side.
One of the teams I was with, we struggled in the lane a bit. So I remember I'd let go of the button before the bonnet got to the line because I knew I was in the 5 metre thing and I was just like, fuck it, that'll do. And I don't know how I never got done. I think Supercars would come and talk to us. I swear they felt bad for us in the lane sometimes. And they're like, look, you lost 4 seconds there. You gained a second and a half on exit, but you guys were still last. So we'll let that go. But just this is a warning. If you keep doing this, you're going to get done.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I love it. You got any interest in the overseas stuff, mate? Like any NASCAR? Obviously, a couple of guys, well, Will obviously went over and did some stuff. Shane's been doing stuff. Is there, or are you just so hell-bent on supercars at the moment?
No, I am keen. Like, I've sort of said the last couple of years, like a lot of people have been going and doing it, and I just wanted to wait for the right opportunity. I've been speaking to people this year about going and doing it, and it sort of hasn't come through as originally planned at the start of the year. I'd sort of planned to do a couple at the start of the year and sort of didn't work out. But I'd like to go do it. I'd like to have a crack, and I'm actually really enjoying racing more this year. Like last year, I could have done like Spa 24 and Indy 8 Hour with 888. It was just very tight on back-to-back weekends, and a lot of people are like, oh, you stepped back, you did nothing. I'm like, I probably only had 2 extra races that I could have done. But yeah, this year I'm really enjoying like racing heaps. It's been really good for me. But I want to go have a run. Like, it looks tough. That new NASCAR track just got announced today. So obviously, I'd be pretty keen. Like, it looks like a proper street track as well. It's not like Chicago where it's like quite small. Like, this looks quite big. Like, this looks like a racetrack that's going to be built. So I'd like to go try and do that. But yeah, I tried. Yeah, I was pretty close. I was really close to getting something done this year. Originally, I tried to do Chicago, and then I was trying to do some Xfinity races at the back end of this year. Yeah, there's probably one that I still could have done, but just timing and that probably didn't work out. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, everyone's obviously going and doing it, but I think Shane's making it look so easy. Yeah. I shouldn't say so easy because he's so good, but yeah, he's obviously dominating. And, I think Will would have been a lot better than where he qualified. I think he would have run in the 5 quite easy. I shouldn't say quite easily, but a smooth race would have got him up there for sure. And Jack went really well in Xfinity. So I still think we can go and run up there, but I don't want to just limit myself to like, oh yeah, I just want to go do Xfinity. Like, I raced in GT in Monza last year and that sort of stuff. Like, I'd like to try and get back into a bit more GT stuff. The last few days I've been thinking if I should try the TRS again in NZ. I'm not really sure. So I suppose I'm trying to start planning the back end of the start of next year now.
I was just thinking that with TRS because you rocked up. It was your first ever open wheel race, right?
Yeah.
We were like...
super impressive.
Yeah, we were pretty shocked, no offense, but we were like, holy shit, like to rock up and go... pole in your first race. Terrible start, by the way.
Yeah, I blew every race. Like, the racing, to be honest, sucked.
But your pace was mega. Did that spark any interest to go open wheelers? Like Scotty Mack, I think, was a surprise to not go down the touring car path. Did that spark any interest in more open wheeler stuff?
Look, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was so far out of my comfort zone. Like, the first day was unreal. Like, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was loving life. Went and got pole. Like, life's happy as. And then, to be honest, I didn't really enjoy the races so much. Like, I was getting bad starts and just in the pack. And I sort of made a good pass on Sunday to get back into third, then speared it off the road. And so I don't know. I've sort of been no. And then literally the last couple of days, I'm like, man, should I
do it again?
Should I go back and do the series or something like that? But I felt, I shouldn't say underprepared, but like physically and like ergonomically, like, yeah, I was well underprepared. Like, you can see all those dudes are huge, like huge shoulders. Like, that was so hard to hang on to. Like, physically was like really, really hard. So I know if I go back, like what I need to do to be better. But yeah, like, I'd love to try and win it one day. But yeah, there's not really anywhere you can go in open wheelers. Like, I'm not going to Europe to race F1. I'd love to, but I'm not.
Yep.
And IndyCar's a very far thing away from us, sort of thing. So
yeah, I guess Scotty Mack got a unique opportunity with Penske that arose. But
like, if I got an opportunity to go race IndyCar, like, I love IndyCar. Yeah. To me, like, when I think about other series in the world that are better than supercars or things that you'd probably leave to do, you got, obviously F1, you got NASCAR and IndyCar.
Yep.
Maybe some people would think World Endurance Championship. But honestly, there's, like...
I'm with you, man.
I'd rather...
I think supercars over the WEC stuff.
Exactly.
Because you're racing. A lot of that stuff, and this is no disrespect to those that race it, but half the time or
Elliot doesn't like to upset anyone, so he always...
half a stint.
With all due respect,
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I think now.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a softie. Half time you could be stuck in a stint, mate. It's like doing a practice session. You're not racing anyone.
No.
And I think what most of us over this side of the world enjoy is the door-to-door combat. I think it's why supercars are so good.
Stop saying combat. He's seen the F1 movie, now he can't stop saying combat. He said it last pod too.
Don't try and say, because you heard a commentator saying it, now you think everyone that says the word
Chad
combat.
was using it at Townsville a lot.
Was he?
The word was around before the F1 movie.
I know, but you never used it.
All right, well, dogfight, whatever. Wheel-to-wheel
He's
racing.
seen Top Gun now.
No, I agree. Like, I truly think that we have one of the best like racing categories in the world. Like door to door, proper hard racing. I think we got it pretty good. And like, yeah, there's maybe 3 other categories that are online or a bit cool. You know, like I don't really think there's much else that you'd swap this for.
Because even the GT stuff, which you're doing this weekend, mate, like the cars are really cool. They're fun to do a quali lap and stuff, but the racing isn't as good, I don't think, as what you'll get in supercars or.
No, supercar racing is the best.
Oh, for sure. Like I love doing 12 hours. 12 hours is one of my favorites. Quali lap at 12 hours, like one of my, pretty close on the line with a 1000 shootout lap. Like it's awesome. But you race and it's BOP. Like I don't really like the BOP racing. Like it's not that fun. ABS, I really don't like the ABS braking because I race an AM and no disrespect, but they can brake at the exact same marker as me. So I'm trying to lunge an AM and I'm like putting big moves on and I'm like, man, like
Can't get him.
I can't outbrake him, which is quite challenging.
And then you got to follow them across the top when they're trundling.
Yeah,
in
so
the speed stuff.
I love GT racing, but there's a lot of weekends where it's quite challenging.
Yeah, the BOP is definitely tricky. I remember when I did GT, it was like you turn up somewhere, you rocket ship, next one you dog shit. You're like,
Exactly.
What's changed?
Yeah, exactly.
So possibly NASCAR. The one thing is the oval racing, and we've been watching a lot of NASCAR lately. I still would love to see more road courses. I think that's the only thing. The road courses actually rival a supercar race, I reckon. They're so good with the stages and everything. The ovals, I can see why they needed to introduce stages, just so there's some jeopardy throughout the race to make people go for the win. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to see you do some NASCAR races, one-offs to start. Are you someone that, and I want to read out some of your stats in a minute, but are you someone that would chase stats? Like, Wing Cup has set the standard, 7 championships and, arguably the best of all time. Would you want to try and emulate that or beat him? Or are you motivated by conquering this, a championship and a Bathurst and trying to do something else?
It's hard. Like, it's so hard to go, I'm going to go for Win Cup. Like, because 7 championships is going to be extremely hard for anyone to beat ever. And I think now with the final systems, probably even harder. So I think you either get in at 20 and you stay for 20 years and, go as hard as you can.
Yep.
I guess it's very hard to say I haven't won a championship or Bathurst. So it's very easy to be like, I'm just going to go for 7. Like, man, I'm trying to win 1.
No, I meant like, would you stay for 20 years though and try and just win as much as possible here or move on?
I feel like at some point I'm going to want to try something else.
Yep.
I do think I think because I got in so young and similar to Shane, like we both got in sort of like 18. I think if I can achieve what I want to achieve at some point, I probably will want to try something else, but I don't know. Like, I don't feel like that at the moment. Like, at the moment, I want to win Supercars Championships and I want to try to do that for quite a few years. But I think I'd like to try myself. Like, I really enjoy doing other racing and that sort of stuff. So it's hard being, I'm 22, like, and when I'm 30, that's 8 years away. Like, I got a lot of time to be around for. So hopefully in the future, I've achieved what I wanted to do. Yep. Like, I've got stuff in my head, what I would like to try and achieve. And then you sort of decide if you want to stay and finish your career as a supercar driver or try something else. But I reckon I'm going to get to the point where, hopefully I've achieved some good stuff in supercars. And like, if I enjoy doing one-off races in other series, maybe one day I do try it. But as I said, there's only a few categories that I think are cooler than, or maybe not even cooler, that are on another level than supercars.
With that, because you said you got some stuff in your head, are you the sort of guy that lives for every individual race, or are you someone that thinks about the long game? Because like I know recently you said in one of your press conferences, you just want to win every race this season and then that'll take care of the rest. Or are you someone that actually, are you going to start thinking about the championship, or are you going to start thinking about 5 years' time, or you just every race as it comes?
I do think ahead. Like, I feel like I do think ahead and I have chats about future and everything like that. But at the end of the day, like, my goal is the championship. And I think I've always come in, even from go-karting and all that, I've always been someone that's focused on a championship. I won my Australian kart championship without winning a round. I was just consistent and won the championship. So I've always been focused on that. But at the moment, I'm like, man, especially with how the series is this year, I'm like, winning races is going to put you in the best position to do it. Yeah. So yeah, I focus on a race at a time, but I'm not someone that will take like stupid risks. I don't think. I do have that in the back of my mind that I am trying to fight for a championship, but same again. It doesn't really matter when you get to Gold Coast this year because you just lose whatever lead, whatever points you have.
Do you know what points gap you have at the moment?
220, I think.
So he clearly looks at the championship. I was just asking if you knew exactly how many points, because then obviously it shows you do keep an eye on the championship rather than just... Because I liked your quote, and that might have been what you're referring to, was the team put out a thing just with your quote heading in the weekend. It was like, I'm not thinking championship. I pretty much just want to win every race. Yeah. And is that something that shifted last year? Because Will came in last year and did such an amazing job. Yeah. That was possibly one of the first times you've probably gone head-to-head with a teammate, in that your first 2 seasons you rock up as a rookie and there's probably no expectation on yourself. You're just there to learn and get there by the second year. And also then the second year, Shane, I think arguably kind of just checked out. He got his NASCAR thing and he was pretty pissed off with everything. So you probably had a really fun year with a teammate in that regard, where you're not fighting each other, whereas we've already seen this year, Townsville asking if he could undercut you. Like, you guys are the biggest competitors really to each other. Do you think your mentality's changed since he won last year and now are you out to prove something?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely different. I think even year 2 with Shane, like, we came second and third in the championship, and to be honest, we fought all year. Like, we were both sort of up until Bathurst, I was sort of in the fight as well. Like, we were both battling for it, but as you said, it was definitely a different relationship to Will comes to the team. We're both at a very similar point in our career, both fighting for our first championship. So yeah, I feel like we've been more like head to head compared to what me and Shane were. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was a bit like that. But yeah, he did such a good job last year and raised the bar. And I gave him all his credits and he deserved the championship 100% last year, but seeing someone else win, what you want is not the nicest feeling ever. So yeah, I just worked hard over the off season, and it's always a natural progression. Like, I think every year you do get a little bit better and better and better. And the first couple of rounds were good for me, but it's just clicked. And you say, like, wanting to win races, like, if I was coming 5th every weekend, I wouldn't be saying like, yeah, I just want to win every race. But yeah, I feel like we've been on a roll and sort of on top of it. And I'm like, why, we've got this. Like, let's go and win races. Like, let's win as many as we can. Because if I was leading the points by 200 points but coming 5th every race, I'd be a bit nervous going into the finals. But if we can keep winning, that's what you're going to have to do at the back end of the year. Yeah,
I think even I read today that if you are 830 points ahead of 8th or something, you're guaranteed into the finals. Is that right? I'm still trying to work out how this actual system works exactly.
See, I've sort of called them out a bit on this because, like, they said to me at Darwin, they're like, oh, you're going to lock yourself into the finals. And I'm like, I don't mean to sound rude by saying this, but if I don't race the next few rounds with the gap I've got, I'll be in the finals.
Regardless.
Pretty much, but locking you into round 1 of the finals, like when you're leading the championship, it sort of sounds a bit weird because, like, everyone's like, oh, you're locked into the top 4. And I'm like, no, I'm locked into round 1. So I'm really want to win the sprint championship, but I want to win it for the 25 extra bonus points.
Right.
That's what I'm focused on. Every time they ask me, it's like, yeah, cool. Happy to get a trophy for my consistency up to now, but I want 25 bonus points.
So the 25 bonus points gives you the better advantage into the top 4. So those points...
You only get the bonus points at the Gold Coast. So Sprint Cup winner gets 25, Enduro Cup winner gets 25, and they go tallied onto your Gold Coast starting point.
Right.
So instead of starting with maybe 20 points over second, you'd start with 70.
Yep.
Quick math.
Yep.
But then after Gold Coast, the points reset again. But you'd have a better chance at probably leading after the Gold Coast.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think about what's the best way to get through to the final.
I hope you're enjoying this episode, but I do have to interrupt just quickly to thank our fantastic supporters that allow us to create the content for you. East Coast Car Rentals. If you're in the market for a rental car, think of those guys. And if you'd like a cheeky 15% discount, AHU15 is the discount code there for 15% off. If you're in the market to buy a car, not rent one, Lancaster Motor Group, we've got you covered for new or used cars. So think Lancaster Motor Group. Quadlock, fantastic supporter of our podcast as well. We use their products every single day on the pod using their desk mounts here. Also, we've used them to create the additional content like we did the Adelaide Motorsport Festival using their action camera mounts. So whether it's mounts, phone cases, they've got you covered. Quadlockcase.net. Now, the website for all of these brands that support us will be in the description of this podcast. Back to the show. You talked about what you sort of saw Shane doing and how relaxed he looked in the car. Is there something in particular you've seen Will do last year that you thought that's pretty impressive, or because you're always learning, I guess you get the opportunity to look at each other's data. Is there something you've learned from him as well that you think's
the big one from him, which was how he's adapted to the tyre life. Like last year, his race pace was really, really good, and I think that's something that Andrew and Shane obviously worked really good on. Shane was the king of saving tyres, and you know, when I raced Will at Erebus, I thought I had better tyre life than him. Right. You know, I thought I was always probably better over a long run and he came to Triple Eight and was mega in like his race pace. Like I probably got him in qualifying last year, but he beat me in the championship. I mean, he was racing forward really good. So yeah, I think a big step forward for me this year is probably getting better at that. But his race pace was really, really good.
So when you talked about improving in the off season, what does that look like? Is it spending time with Marty, analysing what Andrew and Will did with tyre life? Is it sim work? Is it fitness? What did you do in the off season? Obviously, without giving, I'm sure you're not going to give anything away, but
no, I mean it's still not a crazy different. I mean, I focus on my fitness a lot. I do think that helps. I don't think it is the be all or end all. Like I was doing a couple of triathlons and that. Like I was keeping my mind active. I think.
Yep.
Like I didn't switch off. Like I ended the year and went, fuck. I just got sick, you know, like I was pretty disappointed and sort of got straight back into work. So yeah, just focusing on, we made a couple of changes with the car and a few things like that. But I just think like over time, me and Marty have worked so well together, understanding what we need. And I think we did that really good at the first test day of the year at Sydney. Like I think we're pretty good at understanding what tools we got and understanding what they do to the car. And I think me and him have just worked together so good this year. Like, he probably doesn't get the credit that he deserves, but he's been doing a phenomenal job, and we're clicking. Everything's clicking.
And you've been together for quite a while now. 4 years in the championship together?
Yeah, this is our fourth, but then I did a year at Super 2 with him as well.
Oh, that's right. He actually got the promotion the same year you did, didn't you?
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
I want to ask if you're a fan of the finals, because right now you've had 7 from the last 8 races. You've won 10 pole positions this year. You've only been in the championship 4 seasons. You're actually 19th in winners of all time. Did you know that? 22 wins puts you 19th of all time.
That's pretty cool.
It really did shock me. And then 17 pole positions, 40 podiums, and 6th in your rookie year, I think was impressive. But more impressive was winning there's like 2 events, I think, every year. When you're asked what your favourite track is, for me, it's actually the Adelaide 500, not Bathurst, but there's 2 events I think everyone wants to win. You won the Adelaide 500 the Sunday as well in your first season, which must have just been...
That was the coolest feeling ever. Last race for Holden. I remember walking out onto the podium and like, man, the crowd, like first year back at Adelaide, I felt like a rock star.
Yeah, I bet.
Like you just walked out and I don't know, it's probably like, 30,000 people or whatever. And everyone's just screaming. Like, that was the best moment of my life.
You can just hear silkworm.
Yeah. Not those days. They're like rough-worm.
Yeah, this is before he was
Chopper.
Before he was smooth as butter. So with those stats, you obviously put in banking race wins, which helps in this format. Are you a fan of it? And try and look at it from a fan's perspective as well as the driver, and give us both. What do you think of it?
As a fan perspective, I think it has the opportunity to be good. And I think over time, they might start to appreciate it. My biggest thing is that no one really understands how it's going to work yet.
No, we got it totally. Yeah, I have no idea. I literally
so confused.
I've learned more tonight.
You know, I feel like everyone I talk to, I've got to explain it a lot, and I still don't think I understand it. So you really need to do a year or two. Initially, when they told me, I'm like, man, this is rubbish. Like, what are we doing? But I understand it. Like when they sat down and explained it to us, like I think Adelaide's going to be cool. Yeah, I was watching back the highlight to 2017 Newcastle the other day. Jamie and Scotty.
Yeah.
Man. Coolest race ever.
There's 80 points going into Sunday's race between them, and somehow, it just unravelled for Scotty. And that was the year Jamie won, right?
Yeah.
Which really transformed Scotty. When we spoke to him on the pod, he said that just transformed his mentality after that weekend. He had a real dark period. But that's what you want that race.
I think they just want it coming down to Adelaide. And I think the fact how much Adelaide's tipping into it and all that, like I think it's a good thing that it's going to be there. But look, I'd be lying if I said I'd probably just prefer a traditional championship. I think it rewards. That's what I'm for. Consistency over a year. I've always been for that. But you got to embrace it. If you hear if people don't like it,
Can't change it.
if you don't like it, you're not going to go well.
Yeah.
You know, like if I hate going somewhere, I'm probably not going to go well. So I've just, got to embrace it and look forward to it.
Sound check. We've said, I think it's a good thing. It's just a little concerning that someone might have a points buffer by Adelaide as well. Like by Sunday, it might not be.
Yeah.
You might be able to be conservative on Sunday, which is hard at Adelaide because usually we've seen anyone that tries to be conservative gets caught up in stuff. But calling it the grand final hopefully is.
I think it will come down to Sunday. I do think it will come down to Sunday. Like, it'd have to be pretty unlucky for it not to.
But if there's I guess we're talking about the 80-point gap between Scotty and Jamie.
Yeah,
It still did.
a lot
It
can
flipped
happen.
on its head, actually. It's a lot.
The problem is we got a Friday. I don't think we should have a Friday race at Adelaide.
No.
2 big races.
Yeah.
Like,
We were all for it. We were to be honest, if it's a grand final, we were like, why not just have one big
Just one on
banger?
Sunday.
yeah.
And just have like a shootout or something. On
500K race.
Yeah. Well,
I'm actually up for like big races.
That would be awesome.
Like brutal, like,
drag you out of the car at the end of the race. You're knackered.
I mean, 500K around Adelaide would probably be pretty hard, but yeah, I'm up for like the big, like, Ironman races.
well, it'd be like high attrition on the drivers too. So you will see in that sort of race, drivers make mistakes.
Strongest man wins. Like mentally, physically, car.
Fuck a
everything.
500K around Adelaide. I don't know.
I don't know about that. Like,
No, you've said it now.
but like,
That's 150.
Bathurst last year I did 500K. I got in half race distance and tripled home. That was 500K. Bathurst is a
but-
lot easier.
You had the go. He
In a-
gave you this big buffer. You just cruised home to second.
Cruise home.
I'm joking.
Cut it out.
Is that actually? I did want to ask. Is that a difficult thing to accept that you didn't get me when I signed up? And
mate.
that must have been devastating. You end up with the
we
second
had a
time.
fight over it.
They said
I
you
bet.
can have Jamie, the GOAT, 7-time champion, or you can have a podcaster. What do you want, mate? I'd really like the podcaster.
It's like when we were at Sandown and one of the questions in that appearance we did upstairs with all the partners of T8 and they're like, they were asking us questions and you had to guess. I think we were asking the questions and someone said, like, who's won Sandown 500 like 6 times? Or the last 4 of the 6 or something.
Yeah,
and I was
something
like,
ridiculous.
holy shit, who's won it that many fucking times? And then it's Jamie. Who's won this that many times? Jamie. Who's won I'm like, holy shit, this guy's he really has won everything. I was like, sorry, Will.
I'm not going to pump your tires up too much, but you did do a very good job last year.
Oh, thank you.
You know, like, and I think it shows like coming fresh out of Supercars, like, anyone co-driving, you can still be in there today, you know, like you, Frosty. There's quite a lot of guys that still run very well today. So
Yeah, I think you get to a
High
point
value.
as well where you feel confident enough, you're going to hold your own, you make less low percentage moves in the race and you've sort of done the Bathurst race a bunch of times. So that I found helped me a little bit. Is like later in the race, not that we were in a battle, but like even Sandown, you start to go, okay, like there's still a long way to go in this. Like I don't need to, or I need track position now, or I don't necessarily right now. It's going to come back to us. And I reckon that is a bit of a cheat code when you've done it for a while, as opposed to a rookie coming in with heaps of pressure. They're also trying to establish a career. Like it's really hard when you're young trying to come in. It's fucking difficult.
But I think it's obviously nice when you can roll out the front, you know, I think, which is good. And you sort of can roll out into a good spot. I mean, you and Jamie were just like
P1,
sort of driving away from everyone, which was pretty cool.
It is tough with Jamie though, because he's so competitive and like, I remember Sandown I rolled out was quite fast. And every time I looked at him, he's looking at data of you guys. And I'm like, fuck. And by the end of the Sunday, it's like,
Oh, man.
he is so competitive. And it's good though, because even this year, my prep already, I saw him at the workshop. I'm like, have you lost weight? Are you trimming? No, not really. I'm like, fuck off. Yeah. Like anyone looking at him on TV, the guy's trimmed right up. He's clearly training a lot. He's like, no, just like about an hour running a day. I left there. I said to Shannon, that's like 80 Ks a week to blokes on his feet. And he talks it down so much, but it's funny because now obviously as coes, you still have a rivalry there too. I'm like, shit, I'm going straight into training when I get back on Monday.
Yeah.
But it is good. You got to have
He
that.
still smokes me in running. Every year we do a training camp before
really?
and just dusts me in running.
He's
a good
fit.
runner.
He's
He's
very
very fit, yeah. Which is cool.
What's his average pace normally?
We went for a run yesterday. It was supposed to be warm up, and it was like my 5K PB. They were running like sub 4:30 pace,
Oh, right.
and I'm like, like just driven,
That's funny as.
We're ready to warm it up.
which is pretty cool.
Who do you think's going to make the final 4, mate?
If I had to pick now,
Yep.
I'd like to say myself, Will, I think he'll be going on current form, Waters and Payne.
I can't remember.
You picked Chaz. I picked Waters and Payne. You picked Chaz.
Yeah, and I think after I realised I forgot Matty, and then after that I was like, I probably should have picked Payne. But yeah,
Mate, they've been fast.
and
the
trajectory too of that team and like their results, where Walkinshaw is still a little bit choppy.
It's so hard. You just got to go, who's going to be fast at Gold Coast? Who's going to be fast at Sandown?
Yeah,
I don't really know Sandown last year, like where they sort of were, and it's hard because the co-drivers and that sometimes mix it up a little bit. But you'd have, like, if you had to pick now, I think that's just top 4 in the championship.
yeah.
What about DJR?
See, that's the thing though. Like, you can get, I think Brody's going to be super strong at all those races, so it's so hard. I mean, like, no one's a guarantee. Like, no one's an absolute guarantee at the moment, so you don't know. But I think, honestly, anyone in the top 10, like Woody or both Walkinshaw guys, like, can win races any day of the week. Anton's been coming on pretty strong lately. I don't know who else is in the 10. I mean, both Tickford cars, Matty, like all those guys. I think anyone that can sort of make it is sort of has a chance.
Yeah.
And at Sandown, I don't know if you know this either, if you win at Sandown and you're in the top 7, because it's top 7 at Sandown, you're into Adelaide.
You're in the final 4.
You're in. So you win on Saturday, you're in.
You went on Saturday at Sandown.
Both either day, if you win, you're in
Right.
the final 4.
What if Saturday and Sunday have different winners? Because there's 2 races, isn't there, at Sandown?
They're both in. And then the next 2 are on points.
Wow.
Shit.
So Saturday has big emphasis on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the top 7,
Yeah.
you just want to win.
Yeah.
Because then you're locked in. There's no, like, get to Sunday and have to survive on points. Like, you want to win at Sandown. So you could have 6th and 7th in the points, win at Sandown, and then
They're in the
only
4.
only 2 people make it.
Jesus.
Man, it's a
Talk
bit.
about a
It's
cat among-
actually a bit of a lottery. It is from. I'll tell you what. As a punter on the hill, it's great because we're talking about someone with a 220-point lead. It's like it's still
Oh, wide open.
wide open, which is what they always wanted.
Yeah. Potentially, but I still
It
think
will be interesting though. I think as long as they're open to change, if it's not ideal at the end of the year, like adjust it,
Yeah.
maybe simplify it a little bit. I don't know why Sandown has the priority it does because it's not an enduro anymore.
Yeah.
They're calling it the 500, which I hate that they're calling it the 500 because I'm like, Sandown 500 meant something,
it was one race.
Yeah.
and it was an enduro event. It had, whereas I saw they're promoting it as
Should just be the
500.
Sandown semi-final or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sandown semi, I like it.
Sandown semi. That now makes more sense why it has more importance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, and not saying this because of the position that I'm in, but do you think that maybe like after Bathurst, before the final starts, the leader should lock themselves in?
Yeah.
So before Bathurst starts.
No, after Bathurst. So you got the Sprint Cup and Enduro Cup. Do you think the leader after Bathurst, before round 1 of the final starts, should lock into the 4?
Yeah, I think so. So I think if you leave Bathurst and you're still leading the championship, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, should the leader before round 1 of the finals lock in? Or you reckon just full reset?
I actually don't. I think that Sandown shouldn't be a semi-final and you shouldn't have priority on that. I think if you win Bathurst, there's 1 spot locked in.
You just Bathurst.
I don't think doing the 2 races, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of 50% of the spots being gone by someone at Sandown.
No,
would
I
rather
agree.
see- I'd rather see,
That's
but I don't think waking up on the Monday of after Bathurst and whoever's leading the points gets in. I think whoever wins Bathurst, like Bathurst should be its own. Because that's always been bigger than our sport.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
that's
transcends supercars a little bit, I think.
I'd tend to think that if you have left Bathurst and you're leading the points overall, you probably deserve a lock-in, and then none of the other stuff is lock-in. Like they drop that Sandown idea and stuff. So
Yeah.
1 spot's gone for what essentially is the guy that's led the whole up to that point.
Yeah.
And then the rest.
And I'm not saying
No,
saying this, but I
that's
sort of
it, yeah.
thought from the start, like when they first told us, I'm like, should we try and should someone get locked in? Like if you win a regular season,
Yeah.
should you get locked in or
Yeah.
not? But they're like, nah, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
Even if it's like winning the sprint championship gets you locked in.
Yeah, that's
Is that what the Monday morning after Bathurst would be? No, sprint championship ends before
Sprint
that.
Championships
Before that.
ends at QR.
Yeah, so I think if you've won the sprint championship, that could be 1 spot.
yeah.
That has to be kind of something.
That's what I
winning
meant.
that
Like
other than the 25 points.
yeah, like if you're the regular season winner, I think you should get locked into the final 1 spot.
Because imagine if you don't get to go. Not imagine it's a bad thought, but like if you're not in the final 4 at Adelaide through things outside your control.
Mate, I could not make it out of Gold Coast.
But that's what I mean.
Well, I shouldn't say I. The leader
Yeah.
of the points could not make it out of Gold Coast. You'd have to have a pretty bad weekend.
And if you've won, we want to reward race winners. You've won 7 of the last 8, 10 this year. If you don't get in the finals because of something happening there, it defeats the whole purpose of trying to promote winners, trying to promote this.
And that's where, in instances where that's happened, say with NASCAR and things, that's where people get the shits because they go, well, this guy's the best this year and now he's not actually getting to fight for a championship. Like, that's where it runs a risk. Because if something like that does happen...
Well, imagine
I think that's what they want, though.
But if you win 15 races this year and don't make Final Four for, like, a couple crashes at Gold Coast or something...
Yeah. Well,
no, but isn't that... I know not...
No, I agree.
Think about it,
I've always been someone like consistency over a championship, so I totally agree. But it is what it is.
Yeah, well,
at the end of the day.
Yeah. And there's no difference.
So they've made... It was a bloody big change when they announced it, but they've done it.
And you have to be open-minded to it. I hope, obviously, that you and Will are in it. And especially, I would like to see Chaz in it as well from a fan's perspective because he was so fast at
He's
Adelaide.
very good at Adelaide.
And
he races
although you
hard
say
too.
you say that, so's Cam and Matty Payne.
Exactly. They're all very good at Adelaide.
And that last race at Adelaide last year was probably one of the best for... We got to see how fast you could really go when you got that penalty. I think 15 seconds you got.
Yeah, 2. 15 seconds.
2 15-second penalties.
Yeah. Well, one was pit lane. We released into Chaz, and then
right.
I turned Chaz or fenced him.
Yeah, but then you put that big gap on the field, nearly won it still, or nearly...
Yeah, I think we won by like 19 seconds.
So, yeah, we got to see that. And then we also got to see Will come from last to first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the finals have to have... That's why I want bias as well. But it would be great to see you two in it. But,
you know, the
next 2 is going to be really hard. Who gets that?
The thing that's different to NASCAR, though, we share a pit boom. So if you've got a team in there...
That's true.
Someone's going to... If there's a safety car, someone in the final 4 is stacking, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually.
You know, NASCAR, everyone gets their own boom. So, like, they don't even really
risk.
run as teammates. But... imagine if you had like,
Far out.
let's say 2 Tickford cars and 2 Walkinshaw cars in the final 4 and they're 1, 2, 3, 4 on track. Well, you've just taken 2 out of contention. And if they're on different strategies, like it happened for my first win, me and Shane were on different strategies and he's had to stack for a bit. He probably could have won the race if it played out differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
There's so many...
like, it's going to be, and we say it now in our debriefs, like when we have like Townsville, we're close and all that, but like, yeah, we're talking about it now, but like come end of the year, like it's going to get heated, like without a doubt within the team, just trying to deal with these situations, trying to manage. Imagine trying to manage it.
The radio stuff will be interesting, won't it? Like tuning into the radio.
If you got teammates in there, it's going to be crazy.
There'll be a huge advantage as well if one team has both in and the other 2 don't. Like if there's a Penrite and a Walkinshaw car, those 2 cars have a big advantage over one of the T8 cars. They would be screwed.
Yeah, if there's a safety car,
which is Adelaide.
there's probably going to be a safety car.
Yeah, Adelaide, yeah, for sure.
It is cool though because then you fight harder for track position, even if it is your team.
Yeah,
8.
exactly.
I think
That's so important.
the
Like
one-
right now, for like the biggest thing, which luckily it's been good for me, is like got to out-qualify your teammate.
Yeah.
Got to have less risk. Less pit stop risk.
I keep picking Will to beat you every weekend too. You reminded me of that Perth. I brought that up on one of the pods that you waited till Sunday night and you're like, hey, just letting you know, I listened to your pod. So Will, if you're listening, please, stop. I want you to get QR is your time for. Just send it to this bloke.
When you go out to your test days at QR, who's normally got the pace, you or Will? What's it like?
You can't really tell on a test.
can't
can you?
tell.
Jamie.
Scotty.
Jamie gets most laps.
Scotty, you reckon on the Travellers still goes all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I get to warm the car up and then I get the lunchtime shift when Will's had enough. I get like the 12 till 2 period.
Yeah.
J-Dub
When UV's at peak.
Yeah.
J-Dub gets some
I'm the
laps.
co-driver when it comes to enduro time. I slot back a roll.
I actually really hope that selfishly Will does dominate because then on the test day I'll get some laps. Because otherwise I feel like, if he's on the back foot, they'll want to test. And I'll be like, hey guys, can I do some laps?
It's so hard now because like we're halfway through the year. We're like, man, we got a big list that we want to test.
Yeah.
So, it's hard, but
You're telling me already.
No, but we're very lucky. We're very lucky with Jamie. Like Jamie does a lot of laps on our normal test day because he's trustworthy and his feedback's really good. And it's the same with you. You can put you in the car. You're within of Will. So why not?
Yeah.
And with Jamie being your co mate, are you very similar in your style? Like, is that, you say you can give the good feedback, is it pretty similar?
Yeah, we definitely are similar. Like, I think when Will came in, it was a little bit different driving style to what I usually am. But normally me and J-Dub are pretty close on feedback. Like, we want the same thing from the car, which is really important. We don't have a seat insert. Like, we fit in really good. So, yeah, you want a co-driver that's so similar to you and wants the same thing from the car. And I'm lucky that he does.
And has that just been because it's your natural style? Is that something you've actually tried to develop off him?
I think a lot of... I shouldn't say my success, but my like work ethic, I suppose, that I've gained in supercars is from him, from that first year of working with him. Like, I felt like, and I've always said, like, I learned probably more in those 2 races than I do nearly for the rest of the year, because I never got to see him in action. You know, I never got to work with him or anything like that. And as you know, the J-Dub on a race weekend is very different to the J-Dub day to day. So getting to see him dial in and see how he goes about it. So yeah, now it works really good. Like, he jumps in the car and there's no question. Like, the first year he's jumping in, he's like, oh, this. Can we change this? Now it's like, we've done it for a few years. Like, it just works really good. Yeah.
And so when he did jump in that first year and he was a co, you the man who wanted to change stuff, were you like, yeah, cool, do it? Or were you like, no, I like that?
No, the first year I was pretty much like, yeah, do what you want. You know? But he tried to change it back to sort of how he likes his car. But I picked up so much, like, literally he jumped in the car and he like picked out 10 things. And he's like, why is that like that? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's just where it is. Like, that's just how it is.
Can you give an example? Like, what's one thing? Like, it's not obviously a performance
like
thing.
Your rear vision mirror.
Right.
Like, you know, just like, he's like, why is it there? Or why is it this mirror? He used to run a flat mirror, not a curved one. And I'm like, well, I don't know. When now, like, when he asks me something, I'm like, I've tried thinking about everything before he gets in the car. I'm like, what questions is he going to have? And I'm like, oh no, that's there because of this. So I think I've learned a lot off him. Just like, honestly, the first like 5 minutes of him getting in the car, I'm like, man, that's taught me a lot.
Yeah, wow.
Just
attention to detail.
Attention to detail, he's the best.
Yeah, I remember one debrief he complained, this is back in 2012, complained that they'd replaced the sticker on the window and it wasn't centre in the square. And he complained on the front window. That was in his notes after a race weekend. I was like, Jesus, Lowndesy's sitting there going like, it could have had 3 wheels on it. And Lowndes would have been like, no, it felt pretty good, I thought. And like, he's just wheeled the thing. And then Jamie's attention to detail was just insane. And he had his notes. Every debrief was, it was pretty impressive. Which is why I guess you go on to win 7 because
back it up.
I remember him saying once, Saturday night is the hardest work. If you've won Saturday night's like the hardest night you have to work because everyone will come back Sunday better. Yeah. So to do a double, I guess that's what's been impressive this year. The competition is probably, I don't know, given the cars are all the same and T8 are selling so much information down the lane, you do see, you know, Dave Reynolds getting the pole position. It's like, it's very difficult to turn up the next day and beat them because they effectively get your setup on Saturday night and they can run it on Sunday. So it's that Saturday night work ethic almost has to be more than it's ever been.
My most nervous session of the weekend is Sunday morning quali. Normally, like, especially if you've had a good run, like Darwin, I nearly didn't make quali on Sunday.
Yes, I remember.
Like, I was out. I think I was 14th and got in on my second lap. Like, you know, and I just smoked. I had won both races and that. So, yeah, it's just so tight. Like, honestly, it's out of control. And as you said, to be honest, everyone probably runs a pretty similar setup these days. Like, enough people have been in and out of Triple Eight or customer teams and around all the other teams that everyone has a little bit of an idea of sort of what everyone's running. So it's bloody tight.
How much time do you spend on sim? We get a lot of questions about the sim, yeah. Like, do you find it correlates with the supercar or?
I don't drive. Like, I'll never drive, like, when I'm going to Bathurst or Sandown, like, I'll never drive the supercar. Like, I don't learn it for that. But, I'm on it a few hours a day.
Right.
I do a couple hours
just
at least
like
a day.
Muscle memory stuff? Or?
To be honest, I just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I just race. I just do, like, Porsche Career Cup and GT3. And been doing a fair bit of NASCAR stuff. I've been doing some oval racing as well, which has been pretty fun. But just racing, like, people are like, does it help? And I'm like, it certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
is what I say.
Yep.
Like, I think you go into a iRacing session, there's like 30 guys that are insanely fast. You get 2 laps quali, and if you drop a wheel on the grass, your lap's over. You lose, you get a 1x, and your quali's done. So I think just going through that process and racing, and you can literally just finish a race, jump in the next one, finish a race, jump in the next one. So I got a few mates that I jump on with, but I'm on it every day.
Would you attribute some of your success at the moment in qualifying to the jeopardy in sim racing because it looks like unless you put your 3 sectors together, you're not on pole.
Yeah.
And that's something when I look at your data, you do. And when we're even watching TV, you can see straight away you're putting the lap together, which more often than not then puts you on pole because there's probably a lot of guys that could jump you if you made a mistake. And do you think the sim helps execute those laps now?
It's so hard. Like, it's hard to sit here and go like, yeah, it definitely definitely is contributing. But yeah, as I said, I think it's a small part. I do think it's a small part of it. And look, for example, like Jamie doesn't like sim racing. You know, like when he did it, he wasn't into his sim race. Shane was heaps into his sim race. And like everyone's different in how they operate. But as I said, I just really enjoy it. Like I just love doing it. And I think I do think it makes me better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I still remember during COVID, the sim racing quali sessions, the cars feel totally different. Like I don't think the sim feels like the supercar, but the way you tense up and feel before a quali session is the same on the sim, and then you make the same mistake. So I think for anyone listening, the sim benefit I got was mentally just doing the practice of running through the nerves of a quali session, trying to string your lap together, even though it feels totally different. Doesn't matter if you're in a go-kart. You go out when the pressure's on to deliver a lap time with no mistakes is the same regardless what you're in.
And realistically, like I've thought about this a bit. iRacing would have to be the most realistic game in the world. Am I right? Like everything's laser scanned, all the tracks, all the cars. Like, you know, you play FIFA or something like that. They're all really good, but you're playing on a controller. Like I think it's probably the closest thing to real life that you can get. And I mean, everyone watching here knows that, well, probably most know that we don't get to practice. We get 2 practice days a year. Hence, the reason I'm here racing GT cars this weekend is because I want to drive more. So for sim racing, I can't go kick a footy during the day because that's going to help me. Yep. You know, so I sim race.
What do you think of the current talk about wanting to race more? What would be your dream number, not necessarily what's realistic, and then practice quali race format on a weekend? So how many race weekends? And what do you reckon a weekend should look like for Supercars?
It's hard because if I say 20 races a year, I won't be racing anything else. So I think...
It's funny you say 20. I said 20 before the pod started. I was like, we were talking about it.
Yeah, I think...
You demanded.
I think realistically, we could probably do 15.
Yep.
Thinking of a whole, like, you know, how everything sort of works, I think we could do 15. I'd like to do, like, you know, if we got 16, 17, I feel like that'd be probably pretty stretched for everyone. I think we could probably do it a little bit better with how the races work and back-to-backs and that. But, yeah, let's say 15. That'd be a happy number. It'd probably allow you to do some other races. Next year's 14. Is that right? 2 in New Zealand. I think that's what they've spoke about aiming for.
I think it's 14 with Perth, isn't it? The street track.
Perth's, I think, the year after.
But I think 13 is next year because we're 13
now.
Yeah, but we do one in New Zealand already.
Yeah, and we're doing another one next year.
No, we're 12 though, aren't we, this year?
No, 13.
Are we?
Yeah.
Can't, mate.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm learning so much tonight.
Because QR.
Do you want to host a
podcast? That's right.
Yeah. I'll ask you the question. No.
Yeah. It's great to be here tonight with you guys. It's been a really fun night.
Yeah. And then I suppose race weekend, I think 2 practices, quali, shootout, race.
Would you have a shootout at every round?
Actually, no. Let me go back on that.
What was your format? Practice every round, 2 practices, 30 minutes, quali.
I said quali, shootout, race. But when I think about it, I way more enjoy going to Darwin and doing 2 races on a Saturday. Like last year, doing 2 races that are 120K, no fuel stops, it didn't hit the spot. You know, like it wasn't like satisfying enough where now you go to Darwin, your Saturdays are out of control. Sunday, you got a fuel stop race. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so I really like the churns. I think that's awesome. So I actually really like the formats at the moment. Like I think our sprint round formats are really good.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of Friday races.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm probably not a big fan of that.
Yep.
But I'm all for trying things. But like I think Sydney at the start of the year, we did a Friday. Our first race of the year was a Friday night, and I don't think it was a big success. But yeah, all for trying things. Like Townsville was actually a pretty good event. Like it was pretty busy with all the PBR and everything going on. So, but I really like our sprint formats. But I do think Townsville I think the big ones, Townsville, Adelaide, Gold Coast, should all be 2 races, not 3.
Yeah, no Friday. Yeah, definitely Adelaide as well. Like that's
like
one
250K races, not 200K races.
Yeah, like even Townsville, the old 250K race used to be good because you've got out feeling knackered. There was the challenge of like hydrating, eating, and getting ready for the next day. And it's like, I still tell people, like when you're at the gym and you talk to them about motorsport, I always love that the unique thing about our sport is it's like playing an AFL game back-to-back days. It's like so hard to back up on a Sunday, but you wake up feeling so rewarded on a Monday, like, fuck, that was cool. Like I'm exhausted. It's going to take me 2 days to feel good again, but there's like a kick out of that. And that's where it's meant to be hard. Once they start going back to 200K races, that 50K, that last 50 is when you're starting to hurt. That's when you notice the difference of guys that have put in the effort and those that haven't.
And that's why I think we need to do like an Ironman race. Yeah. Like I want a 500K race somewhere.
What about then, like, I mean, the long races aren't the most exciting. The sprint format does work really well. Do you think you could eliminate practice and actually have test days again? Because there's now they've eliminated testing as well. There's only the 2 days. Used to be 3.
What, just do 2-day meeting?
Yeah. So you just do, like NASCAR. Like you could just do quali races.
They still practice sometimes.
It's like 1 lap though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when I did Martinsville, it was like 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Like
carby session.
Yeah, literally. Just warm up.
Because maybe you make it like a warm-up session like Bathurst has the morning warm-up, the 20-minute. You can just do like a 15-minute warm-up because then no one's worried about tyres. It's not so much for setup, and then you actually get your test days.
Maybe. Like I'd be up to try it. I like practice just because we don't drive enough. You know, like...
Yeah. But then you're doing 15 weekends and test days. If
you got, say, what do you got now, 2 test days. If you got 5 test days, let's call it.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have 2 test days and practice than miss out.
Track specific.
Like I love getting to Townsville and having two practice sessions, going into the truck and analysing the shit out of it overnight and coming back the next day. I love that. That's like my favourite part. Well, I shouldn't say my favourite part.
That's your favourite part of all.
No, but like my favourite...
2 30-minute
favourite part. No, I probably worded that wrong, but I love the grind overnight.
Yeah, yep.
I love getting out, going through everything, understanding what you're going to do better for the next day. Because everyone in those trucks all down pit lane is working their asses off.
The propellers are just spinning on the heads.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is, yeah.
So, I don't know, but try it. I don't know.
Because we were talking, sorry to jump in, Barbs, but we've noticed with the pod because we end up cheating on the sport because it's changed. Like in the 90s, there was no internet for people to follow other sport easily. I mean, up until 2008, it's not like you're watching YouTube highlights back then. So the sport was bigger, and I wanted to talk to you about profile of drivers, just touching on that as well and how we could try and increase that because you do a good job with your socials. TikTok, you enjoy. You're obviously younger than I am. Apex Hunters has TikTok, by the way, but it's not.
A few.
Yeah,
really?
but
I saw it.
Yeah, but the challenges are different today than they were in the 90s and even early 2000s before YouTube and the like. And I've noticed that now the sport isn't competing domestically anymore. It's actually for a fan, the sport's competing globally. Because when the sport's not on here, I'll just go watch. It's still on KO. It's on the same subscription. I'll just watch NASCAR 36 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Whereas in the 90s and even early 2000s, you'd wait your 3 weeks and hang out for the next supercar race if you were a fan. So to grow it, that's why I said 20, because I don't know how you achieve it, but if it goes back to even the odd single day event, so that you do have an opportunity like a Winton, don't worry so much about getting all the fans there, make the cost of the event so cheap that you put on a show for TV and content online so you are forefront. Because I think we've got a challenge to compete if you're only going to do max 14 events or whatever, because you're competing against NASCAR now.
Yeah, maybe you could do more if you reduce the weekends or 2-day events or something like, or 1 day, do a 1 day event or something like that. So I think it's something they got to try. But something I'd also be keen for maybe is if they did the Friday night races, like do it at an appropriate time. Do it. And it's hard because not every track's got lights or anything like that, but the Arvo. But I'd like Sunday races, every weekend we start at 3. Or like
consistent
try and have a timing like that every weekend it's sort of at this time, everyone can sit down on their couch, go Sunday Arvo. We know supercars are on at 3.
Yep. Yeah, you tell your mates come over at 3 or watch supercars.
Yeah, like if it's consistent, like the footy's always on at, 7 o'clock at night or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So,
what other sport do you follow? Because do you think the drivers should take more responsibility in building their profiles up?
It's a bit of both.
Or the category should?
A bit of both, but I'd like to do more, and you know this more than anyone. I think we can't. They've gotten better. We can't really access that much content. Like, I pay a videographer on the weekends to film clips for me. We can't go past the garage, so we can't film onto the track. We can't film the cars jumping over curves at surface and post it, and get 500,000 views. Like, we can't post our cool stuff, I think. In saying that, we brought this up last year at one of our like driver meetings with Supercars, and they have allowed us to like get access to like Supercar TV footage and that. But I think we need to be able to, we need to produce more content. Like, I go online and my whole like TikTok and Instagram is like NBA highlights, like every point, F1, you don't see enough Supercars on socials of just like raw clips and the TV. Every time you sort of post it, I think you get taken down, or, you know, or something like that. So I think we need access to more stuff like that. Like, now you can see like Townsville, they like put up my burnout video and it does really well.
Yep.
But I just think more stuff like that. But I think us drivers can do a better job, but we probably need the tools to be able to, like, we need to have access and freedom to get one of your guys to come and film us, you know, doing like a proper video. It's quite hard. Like, Tanayo Apay, you know, after a few rounds, you're sort of filming the same content. You know, you're sort of filming me putting my helmet on and walking out from the truck and signing some stuff for some fans, but it's just quite repetitive. I can't mix it up too much.
That's probably something I think that's changed too, that maybe in the next broadcast deal, hopefully that's part of it. But I think it's new that TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, we need to build our online presence more, and we need access to content to do it. Would you ever consider doing a podcast? Like, that's because the fans love to think the drivers are silenced and we're not on a script or anything. Obviously, like, I've had challenges here. The great thing about tonight is you can say whatever you want. Supercars will never write about it. Apex Hunters does not exist outside these four walls if you're V8 Sleuth or Supercars. But
kind of silence here.
But no, like, is this something you would do? And hopefully by us doing it, people do start to go, it is fun. Like, and you clearly enjoy talking about the sport. I mean, tonight's been so much about the category and other drivers and what you want to do and things than it has been just about your own success.
Yeah, no, I would, but it's probably something that maybe I wouldn't do during the season. Like, I thought about maybe at the end of last year, like, you'd do something over the off season and just talk to different people in different sports. Like, as we spoke about before, like, went on one with Keegan Hipgrave, it speaks a lot about NRL people and all that. And like, I'm really intrigued in speaking to other people, but it's a hard one. Like, I'd also love to do like more heaps of behind the scenes stuff, but I'd love to bring someone to the race weekend and like film more behind the scenes, because I think it'd do really well. But I'm like, do I want that distraction?
Yeah.
That's my problem. That I'm like, I'd love to take someone for a weekend, get heaps of behind the scenes content. It'd go really well because no one's doing it here. But I don't want to have a weekend where I go bad and I'm like, shit. So anyway, I think I want to do more stuff away from the track, I think. Like, probably, you know, like when you go to the gym, like get someone to come and film a video and all my sim stuff. And when I go go-karting and all that sort of stuff, I think, you know, people see me as the guy that's on TV that's probably pretty straight down the line and you know, I try to be professional, but I'm also pretty laid back, and I probably want to show that side of me a little bit more of just, you know, having fun with my mates and all that sort of stuff.
Well, that's what we like about our show here, mate. Everyone that we've had on, all the feedback is, I didn't realise I was such a good bloke.
You might be the first. Everyone like, geez, I didn't like
Yeah, geez.
What does the silkworm do to blow off steam, mate? What do you do for fun? Outside of the, obviously the supercar.
That sounded like such a dodgy question.
No, because to your point, like, you're the ultimate professional on the race weekends, which is what you get paid to do. That's great. And people probably don't understand how easy going or how fun you can be. So what do you get up to?
Yeah. See, this is the problem.
No, say the karaoke.
Karaoke? No, I love going to karaoke.
But I don't a couple of bars here, mate.
Nah.
Did you know, Broc?
Mate, I do karaoke, so I don't drink.
I know.
I go to karaoke sober.
How good's
and it's an open bar. It's like this, and then just a crowd full of people.
What's your go-to song?
It's normally like Hotel California or something. So I normally go with my mates who are pissed, and like, it's so bad. Mate, last time, I probably told you this. When was it? Maybe it was after Bathurst, or it was the back end of last year, or maybe the year before. And I went up and I'm sober. I think it was my first time doing it sober. And I got up there and I've been waiting for like an hour for my song. They're like, oh, Broc, Hotel California. Me and my mate get up there. I get up on the stage and try not to pump my chest. Some dude literally walks in the door and goes, oh, and recognizes me and goes, Broc, and starts filming me. Oh, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
That's like, you can't do that.
And I'm like, no. And I was so shy then. I'm like, oh, Hotel California.
I wouldn't do karaoke ever. Well, I would have to be very drunk, but if someone pulled out their phone and I was I think I would curl up in a ball and just
I love karaoke, but I've got to be blind.
Yeah.
Like, I could not do it sober Sally.
Yeah.
I've seen you do some stuff pretty sober before. or?
I could do it. I could probably do it if the person, like if I did it with you and we're both it, would knock it out of the park. All right?
I don't know about it. Man, the people get upset.
Have you got a set of pipes on you though?
No, I'm like really bad, which just makes it even funnier. Like, so yeah, to answer your question, like I don't go out like, and you know, and I think that's the reason why I don't drink. I'm not like, I'll go out to the bar, go with my mates on a Saturday night, you know, every blue moon, like once every 6 months I'll go out. But yeah, I suppose when I do get home from a weekend, like I live at home with my family. Like I'm just a family guy. Like I go on my simulator. I go back to the gym. I go to work. Like I'm not like a really outgoing person too much these days. Like when I first turned 18, like I was going out a little bit and I was drinking. I say drinking, like I drink like one beer like every couple of months sort of thing. But I'm just trying to be a better race car driver now. Like I just focus on that. But I do enjoy like come December, like as soon as the last round finishes, I normally get like a big group and we go out to Burleigh and like, you know, book a big table for all of our mates. And that's when the temptation, like everyone's getting shots and that. I'm like, man, I should probably have a few beers. But
if you win the championship this year, I'm sure that.
I don't know.
So
it is one of those things though. So many people can just have a good time without having a drink.
I admire that.
I've been out with you where you've had like real late nights and
yeah, man,
I didn't even know. I guess because once everyone else gets drunk too, you don't even know, and you're having a good time. No one ends up saying anything.
I have a hard time convincing people that I'm sober. So like Gold Coast after party, I think maybe not last year or the year before, I went out and some friends from school were there, and anyway, I can go out to 3 a.m. This is that's how you survive.
Yeah.
Anyway, and they're like, oh, how are you feeling this morning? You must be rooted. And I'm like, oh, I'm tired, but I'm fine. They're like, oh, you're not hungover? I'm like, I didn't drink. And they're like, what? No. They're like, no, you're lying. Like, I feel I can get pretty loose. If I'm with good people, I can have as good a time as if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because your mates are Jack Doohan, right?
Yeah.
Your dad knew Mick really well. They're good mates, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And actually, talking family though, just quickly, your grandma is amazing. I reckon. Like Broc's grandma, she goes to quite a few of the races as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did just want to say you do have a really good family. Like I think it's awesome that we hung out. I think it was Sydney Motorsport Park last year.
We went to dinner and she was like sinking like, man, she can drink. She makes up for me. Like my family can drink, but my nan, she has a couple of beers probably 4 beers every night.
Good on her.
She's a weapon.
She's about to turn 90.
Well, we should send her a couple of stubby coolers.
Yeah.
And on a race weekend, she's in corporate. She has the best time ever.
She loves it.
But yeah, your family. And so your dad was obviously a massive supporter of yours. Was he the reason? He must have been the reason you went into motorbikes originally.
Yeah.
And then how did you come across cars firstly?
Yeah, so my dad raced superbikes back in the day, hence the reason he met Mick, and he was sort of finishing as Mick was coming in, and they sort of helped each other out and all that. But then Dad was an importer of Husqvarna motorbikes and like MV Gustav for Australia. He was an importer and distributor. So when I grew up, we had, huge factory. We were selling, 1,000 bikes or a couple of thousand bikes a year sort of thing. Like it was a really good business, and there was a race team. There was an enduro, there was a motocross team. And I grew up like just in a warehouse with motorbikes everywhere. There was a full race team set up. So I started riding when I was 3. I started we lied about my age and got my license early. So I was at Mike Hatch's racing and all that.
On like a Pee-wee or something?
Pee-wee 50, yeah. So right. It's so weird when I say this, but I'm like, I raced dirt bikes for 6 years from when I was $3.09. And I'm like, it just sounds so random, but
who races at 3 too?
Yeah, I remember taking my 50cc to prep for show and tell. Oh. Dad rolled out my 50 and I was the coolest kid at school that day. But so I got into that and we did that.
Kids are taking in candles. Rolls in a motorbike.
Candles? Who took a candle?
Like someone to take in like a little present they got or whatever for their birthday or whatever. I don't know. That's all I could think of.
Righto.
But I won a few national titles on like flat track, like just dirt track racing and that. And then
at 3.
Already
a national champion.
I was old by then. I was about 5 or 6. But it's funny. The reason I started go-karting, we went to Thailand for a holiday. We went for a family holiday, and I've got an older brother as well who raced and was really good on dirt track. And we literally every day went to the high carts. We went once and we're like, man, let's go back tomorrow. Went another time. And then when we come back, a few of our mates Jack had just started in the racing scene. So we went and watched him, and then we went out to a few of our mates linked us up at Come and Try It at Ipswich, and I just picked it up like that and loved it. And it was heartbreaking for Dad because he still had the big business, and we're like, we want to go karting. And there was a bit of like 6 months like crossover period. We didn't really drive that much, and we went out to mix, and he had a little track in his backyard and fanged around there. And literally then all of a sudden we just went full go-kart mode.
Yeah, right. And has your dad been... Is he happy you chose that path?
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of families would be quite happy you choose four-wheels than... I mean, my mum was one that pushed me the four-wheel direction for safety mainly. Nowadays,
like I think now everyone's stoked, obviously, with what we did, where we've been at, what we've been able to get to. But at the start, it's just for fun. You know, you're doing it for fun. But like ever since I was a kid, like I wanted to be a MotoGP world champion. Like I was always like that. When I was racing, I'm like, yep, when I turn 12 or whatever, I'm going to get on a road bike and we're going to... It would have been probably a lot, I shouldn't say easier, but Dad knew a lot more people in the motorbike industry to help me get through. But we love go-karts and I'm stoked. Like, you know, I've got a lot of mates that race bikes and a lot of injuries and all that sort of stuff. So I'm obviously a lot happier with my choice now, but at the time it was probably pretty hard to completely switch sports.
How do you feel about how, I know that was where I was going with that with Jack, you know, this was pretty tough this year. We were devastated really coming from Adelaide. He never got any, there's like no hype around him on track, and he's an Aussie F1 driver. We don't get many of those come by. I mean, even though we've got one leading, it's like, you know, he never got the
shot that
parade,
he deserved.
Well, even just the credit or the parade that he deserved when he turned up here in Adelaide. And how did you feel about how he was treated there?
Melbourne, but
Melbourne, sorry. Holy shit. We're just talking about Adelaide, the final.
He's had 2 drinks, he's fucking useless.
Back in 1996.
Look, I think what was really unfortunate about the whole situation was that he... before he even started.
Yeah.
It was done before it even started, you know, which was super unfortunate. And, you know, I'm sure we all tried to convince ourselves that, he'll be right. He'll get through. He'll do a good job and get through. But the hard, you know, don't want to go roasting people, but the hard thing was how he was treated in his first 5 races and nothing against Franco at all, but I don't think he's done a better job than Jack.
At all. Yeah.
The 30 mil might have helped though.
Crashed a lot more too. I mean,
you know, but like Jack would get like out qualified Gasly, and then Gasly would beat him in the race, and it was like, oh yeah, Jack's not doing a good enough job. And it's like, oh man, like I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Like none of the cars were capable of getting points at that stage. So what's the difference if you're 11th or 14th? Like,
yeah.
Jack made a couple of mistakes in that, but overall, like he out qualified Gasly a couple of times and that sort of stuff. So it was really hard, and you know, it's just such a cutthroat sport. So I hope he can find a way to get back in there, because I just want him to have a real shot. You just want him to have 12 months, have a real shot, see what you got. If you're not good enough, well, you're not good enough. But I think he's capable of doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Was that something you look back and you feel pretty grateful for? Your first season in Supercars, massive shoes to fill, but it sounded like the team had quite a realistic expectation on you, and it was kind of like a long-term, you know, saw the talent, knew that this was a long-term thing, not just a 12-month deal. Because Bathurst that year, the first year, must have been somewhat tough, but I guess having the confidence with the team backing you when Jamie replaced you in qualifying, how was that mentally? Or because could you imagine, this is where you draw the line between yourself and Jack and the difference in situations. You clearly had an environment you were like, oh, it's okay, I'm not getting sacked here. Like, this might be just for now and the betterment for the long-term future. But Jack never had that benefit. It's
I feel like he probably didn't have the team
he's on the chopping block straight.
Yeah, unfortunately. But for me, I didn't really care. Like I was at Bathurst to win it.
Yeah.
James, I really struggled in the wet. Like I don't know why. I've been really good in the wet lately, on the new tyre especially. But yeah, I didn't care. Like I went out and was really slow. Jamie went out and went P2. Unfortunately, we didn't make the shootout anyway, so I probably could have just done it. But I was fine. I was like, I'm here to win. I'm like, what do we think is going to be the best situation? Like, and as you say, I wasn't worried about, oh man, if I don't go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, which normally in the first year, if your co-driver does that, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you always talk about, oh, Coey always wants a collie, you know. You know, you're always pumped up about that. But I'd done a good deal with Triple Eight, and I knew that I was sticking around and they were backing me. You know, they had my back from Super 2 and that. So yeah, I wasn't stressed. Garth was actually really good at the time as well. He was with Shane, and you know, he's like, you're a good man and that, and I'm here to win a race. If Jamie can qualify it on the front row for us and I was going to be 15th, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So it never
Not at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, people talked about it and probably overhyped it more than it was. And like, I got so many messages that day like, fuck, man, like, you're good. Like, that's rubbish. But as I said, like, I was there to win the race.
It's just a wild thing to think about, though, because everyone you talk about how cutthroat motorsport is. That's a very unique position to be in where you felt so confident your first season and you're like, your co-driver qualifies regardless of who it is, obviously.
That's what I mean, though. It's Jamie Whincup.
It is
Mate,
Jamie.
I was like last. Like, I don't know what was going on. I was so slow in the wet. I forgot. I was on the who forgot. Jamie rolls out, like lap 1 goes P2. And I'm like, okay, it's a no-brainer. Like, fuck. I went back out, just, I don't know, 22nd.
Yeah.
I was nowhere. And then they got in the truck and then, I probably could have gone out and gone quicker, like, you know, but we got in the truck and it was like, fuck, who's going to qualify? And yeah, I think it was probably more like Dutto was probably more like, well, sort of initiated the conversation. I can't really remember, but it was like, well, who we think's fastest? And it's like, Jamie's fastest, put him in. So I actually wasn't that phased. Like, as I said, I wanted to win the race and he was going to be our best qualifier. So why not?
It is unique, I guess. It is Jamie. Like,
yeah.
And he was 1 year out. Like he
could still be winning races. It was. And if he went out and went 15th, if he went a second, I don't know the numbers. If he went out and went like 15th, you'd be like, oh no, Broc will be right. He'll get. He went P2. Yeah. And it was like, holy shit! Like he could probably go pole thing nearly, you know. And we were quick at the start of quali and then dropped back and end up 14th. And I was like, is what it is.
I remember I started beside him in that one, but that was a hard quali because I think the track was drying.
It dried towards the end,
fuck, you just had to be out there. And it was like, it's hard in qualifying at Bathurst to just keep
doing laps.
Because normally you do your lap and you're like, oh my God, you're like shaking at the end of a Bathurst. When you do a quali run, you're like, adrenaline's pumping and then they're like, okay, like just keep going. So every lap you're doing in quali, you're like, fuck me. Like you just got to keep pushing. You come down Conrod, take a breath, wind up, go again.
Yeah, especially in the wet.
Oh, it's hard. It's real hard. But we had a couple Patreon questions before we roll this up, but wrap it up. What is your favourite thing to outside? Oh, we answered that really. He loves karaoke. Favourite thing to outside?
That's my favourite thing to do.
No, that's it.
You can take it. I won't say which karaoke bar it is.
I was going to say,
It's not like you see me there every Tuesday night, you know, like you might see me there Gold Coast Sunday night after the after party or something.
But Glenn was saying that, in his experience, it can be hard to decompress when I'm focusing on every aspect of my racing program. What is it that you find is your favourite thing to do to decompress, I guess, after a race weekend?
You're
going to say sim racing.
I do. Like I get home, I go to sleep, I wake up and jump on the sim normally. But to be honest, one thing that I have really enjoyed, I go to a recovery centre now. So you go do ice baths and the hot baths and sauna and all that stuff. So like I do that most days sort of thing. But after a race weekend, there's nothing better than going jumping in ice cold bath sort of thing. So I suppose that's my like get out of the house, go, go relax from a weekend, reset.
I like it.
Was it an easy, this one's from Cassie, was it an easy or hard decision to follow Triple Eight to Ford next year as Craig Lowndes chose to stay with a Camaro team and part ways with the team at the end of the season? And have you made any preparations or big changes ahead of the manufacturer switch next year?
I mean, I was contracted, so no, it was an easy decision for me. But look, it was a shock at the time. Like we were blindsided, I should say. Like we found out 24 hours before it sort of got announced. But it was hard. Like I built a really good relationship with GM. I won my first race and they'd looked after me a lot. So it was a shock, but I understand the business side. I understand the business side of it. And when they explained it to me in the future and everything like that. So I've always said like Triple Eight's my team. Like if they're willing to have me, I'm willing to be there for as long as I sort of need to be. I really like those guys there. But as I suppose looking forward to next year, like I probably haven't really done anything yet. But the team has. They're on the front foot trying to get everything ready, building cars and everything like that. So it's more of a team thing. I suppose when I drive it in January or whatever, that's the first taste that I'll get and start prep then.
Do you feel with Triple Eight going forward next year, mate, that will open up more opportunities to do other racing because Ford has such a big program globally of different racing?
Possibly. They sort of, initially said that, like there's a good opportunity to do more stuff.
I could see it at Daytona at the 24 hour.
That'd be such
That's one that I said, like it'd be a great way to start the relationship. Go over, do the 24 hour. So I'd like to try and do some more GT stuff with them. I'd like, hopefully next year it opens a few more doors. The one thing that I actually really want to do, talk about going to do a NASCAR race, I'd love to do a wildcard in DTM.
Yeah.
I'd love to do a one-off in DTM. Yeah. So that's probably one thing on my bucket list. I want to do a DTM race.
You've beaten half those factory guys at the 12, haven't you?
And those cars are pretty much a GT3 car now, aren't they?
They are a GT3 car.
Yeah.
A GT3 car, yeah. So you just rock up and I'd love to do one of that. But hopefully more GT3 racing. Hopefully opens the door for some NASCAR stuff.
I like the old DTM cars. We talked about dream cars.
Oh, the old ones.
It's always a good question, but what was I can't remember. It was your dream car. You could drive any car of any era, and I chose like any 90s DTM car.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Favorite.
Race car?
Dream race car.
I'd like to taste an F1.
Yeah.
I think, like an 08 F1, like the
McLaren.
What was it, V10s or whatever they're V12s?
V12, I think, weren't they?
Like proper F1 car.
That 08, 09 McLaren.
Yeah, that you see the wings, even, getting to the Red Bull factory and you see all the wings and that on all the cars at like the Hangar 8 and all that stuff is really cool. But speaking about DTM cars, like I would love to be able to go do a few races in Super GT.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They are just DT. They're pretty much like old school DTMs. Like,
Wildly
they look
fast.
sick. I'd love to go do that.
They even grid filled with DTM, but when DTM was starting to die, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. They did
I think they put them in the field with them.
right.
So they are very close. Yeah, they're wild.
I'd love to go have a go at that. That'd be fun.
Lunchbox is thrown in. Did Broc ever consider motorcycle racing like his dad, which we kind of touched on? But how do you go on a bike now? And do you follow any of the motorbike championships, MotoGP?
Yeah. No, the last time I rode was for my schoolies. So when I was schoolies, me and my mate went down south and went motorbike riding. So that was end of 2020. And I hadn't rode for a few years before that. And man, I was so rusty. And all I thought it was just before, I was going to Super 2, but all I was thinking about was crashing. Yeah. All I could think about was crashing and then I'd crash. Yeah. And I was so slow. And so, no, I haven't rode in ages. I'm too scared to hurt myself. So there's quite a few. I'd love to go skiing and snowboarding, but I can't really do that during the year sort of thing. So there's a few things like that. But yeah, I'm still a motorbike guy at heart. Like MotoGP is probably my favorite sport. Supercross is probably my favorite sport to watch. Yep. MotoGP is probably second. Yeah, Marc Marquez has always been my idol. Like
this year's been
hence the 93 sort of thing. So I got to meet him a couple of years ago, which was awesome. So yeah, I'm always a motorbike guy. I love Supercross, love MotoGP and all that sort of stuff.
That's very cool. This year's been good for Marc Marquez. It's been, and his brother, to be fair, it's been amazing.
Dominating.
Jessica Lamont has said, hey, Broc, now that you've got a few seasons under your belt, what's something you've learned about yourself as a driver that you didn't expect when you first stepped into the main game?
That's a very good question. I've learned about myself. That is a good question. I don't know. It's a hard one. I suppose I don't know what I've learned about myself. Like, I feel like I've learned so much. Just trying to represent good. I don't know. Like, I've always tried to be professional at what I sort of do. And I suppose I just focus and work hard on that. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a bit.
Did you always think you had the work ethic to go to improve, I guess, at the rate you have, I think? Because I think that hasn't shocked me. Like, I know how good you are. And even Shane, actually, we asked him, pick two drivers for your team, right? He picked you, which when you're lined up with next to someone as a teammate, you get to understand what they're like. And he picked you, Cam Waters, and a wild card. He said, I'd like to have three, which was Richie.
Yeah.
But I think even the shift from, I saw you on the Sunday at Adelaide, you were very pissed off. Like, I could tell. And it looked like that shifted something. I guess, has it surprised you've been able to have not the turnaround, because you're still quick. I don't know.
No, I know. I sort of know what you're trying to say.
But step up every year.
Yeah. I've always backed myself, and I've sort of backed myself that I'd be able to get into a good position and fight for championships, which I've been lucky enough to do the last couple of years. But it comes back to my family, man. Like, my dad works his ass off and has always driven that into me. And, I've grown up around people like Mick Doohan and a lot of really good people around me. So I think I learnt so much at a young age in that. And I've just surrounded myself with good people that just, it probably has in a way surprised me. Like, I actually really enjoy the grind. Maybe that's what I have learned about myself. Like, at the start, I was just like, man, I'm racing cars. Like, this is awesome. I get to go race cars 12 times a year. Like, I actually really love the grind in between the weeks, trying to improve. Like, I really enjoy I don't enjoy sitting around for a couple of weeks, but I love like going, what do I need to improve on, and grinding and getting better at that.
That's spot on. That's really good. We answered this one, sorry, Amanda. But the question was about if you could drive any car in the world, which one would it be? But she did also say which track.
Which track? Spa. Oh, yeah, Spa. I think, I haven't drove there yet, so I'd say I want to do Spa. I'd like to drive it. You know, one thing that I would like to do, and it looks it's not simple at all. I reckon one of the scariest things to do, there's 2 races that scare me, and I'd like to do on Monday, Indy 500 and Nordschleife 24 hour. Oh, yeah. They scare the shit out of me, and that's what I like about it.
Do you know, on the scary side, I'd love to do Macau.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Macau would be wild. I think Nordschleife, the scary thing is it wouldn't be difficult because to learn the track is so hard. It's 187 corners.
You probably already know it on the sim, mate, off the back of your hand.
Oh, I don't really. But yeah, the Sims helps hugely for that nowadays.
Yeah.
When I've done the 12-hour last couple of years, like a few guys are like, come do the 20, like Nordschleife. And I'm like, it's just to do your license, you got to do like 2 races in like a GT4.
The VLN, isn't it? Yeah.
Something like that. And I'm like, it's quite hard from Australia to go over, do a race, come back, do another race, come back, and then get your license sort of thing. But yeah, I think they're 2 races that sort of like would be like, I think, scary to do and would be pretty cool.
There you go. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
No worries. Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.
Good luck to you too.
Thanks, mate.
This one, I won't turn this around before then, so good luck for QR. We'll have it out before then, but it's been nice to have a chat with you in person, mate. It's been something we want to do for a while. Good luck for the remainder of the year. Hopefully, I'd love to see you come second to us at Bathurst and then second to Will in Adelaide. I think he's got you at QR. It's just my hot tip.
Yeah,
Anyone's place better. No, but it's been awesome, man. Thank you for coming on and joining us. If you haven't subbed already, please hit sub, like the video, tell your friends about it.
Thanks for
Happy days. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing a silkworm on the back of the helmet soon.
You might. Maybe. I might.
He doesn't like it at all.
No, I might have a worm. I don't know if I'll, like your little AI thing of me. I don't know. I look a bit like, I don't know, angry or something.
I could take the B-Fiend face and put on that.
No, I don't know. You might, you'll be excited if I put a little worm on my helmet.
Mate,
so I might have to do it.
I've
got a new helmet coming for finals, so I might have to.
Who paints your helmets?
R-Star.
Frank, throw a bloody silkworm on the back right now, please.
Don't even ask, Broc.
Because I had an ice cream last year, and it was supposed to be like the Sunday, Mr. Sunday sort of thing. And then I didn't have one for this year, so I've just got the same thing. So
yeah, you do.
Silkworm on. Frank, I'll call you.